the fourth Mahavakya, the fourth great statement found in the Aitreya Upanishad. So the third one was found in the Mandukya Upanishad, which spoke of this I am Atma, this Atman is Brahman. Now in the Aitreya Upanishad, it gives the nature of Brahman. What is Brahman? And it says Prajnanam Brahma. Now we are coming to something very crucial. This is the key to the whole thing. Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman. This consciousness, with a capital C, not the human consciousness, but this consciousness, in this consciousness, the subject-object dichotomy is not there. Remember this. In our human consciousness, we have I and you, subject-object. I and the universe. Subject, I the subject, the universe the object. So this dichotomy is there, duality is there, duality is there. But in this divine consciousness, there is no duality. That is why it is said to be non-dual. Non-dual. And in order to arrive at this non-dual experience, which transcends time, which transcends space, you have to maintain actively a non-dual state in your consciousness. You have to maintain a non-dual consciousness, actively practice it. When you are able to actively practice this non-dual consciousness or awareness, then you are now a real Vedanta. This is called Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, wherein this non-dual awareness is being maintained by you, in which the subject, your mind does not break out into a subject-object dichotomy, but there is only non-dual awareness there, non-dual awareness, constantly maintained by you, constantly maintained, non-dual awareness. The feeling that I am a subject and the feeling that there is an object outside, both of these feelings tend to disappear. Only the awareness is there. It's a non-dual awareness. And this non-dual awareness is to be maintained. And then, this non-dual awareness has got something very interesting. You will find that when duality arises, I and you, I and the universe, when they arise from somewhere, isn't it? They arise from somewhere, from the ground, from the ground of your consciousness, it arises. The ground of your awareness of your consciousness is here, and they sprout out like this. They arise, the subject-object, duality or polarity or diversity, it arises. So there is a ground from which it arises. And that ground, if you get to that ground from which that subject-object duality arises, and there you have got to the source of the non-dual awareness. Non-dual awareness. So you are arriving at the non-dual awareness or non-dual consciousness at that point. And because it is from there that duality springs up. So therefore, from where it springs up, there you have to get to. You have to arrive at to get to the non-dual awareness. And in that non-dual awareness, As you get to the non-dual awareness, you don't know what it is. You know the duality, the dual awareness. That is why you want to once again get back as quickly to the duality or the dual awareness, because that has been your habit. But the non-dual awareness is something new to you. It is unknown to you. And not only is it unknown to you, it is at the moment something which is, if you can use the word, is unknown. It's full of darkness. Full of darkness there. Because it is unknown. There is ignorance there. So, since there is ignorance there, you don't know what it is. Because it is from that point that ignorance sprang up. Ignorance sprang up from that point. And when ignorance sprang up from that point, then duality arose. But this ignorance, wherein you know nothing, it's darkness there. The unknowing state, it's darkness there. And where did this darkness spring from? Where does this ignorance arise? The source of this ignorance. So as you keep on penetrating into this darkness, then you will arrive at the light at the end of the tunnel. Haven't you heard of that expression? The light at the end of the tunnel? But you have to go through the tunnel for some time until you get to the light at the other end of the tunnel. But now you are entering the tunnel of darkness. And the beginning of the tunnel of darkness is the beginning of the non-dual awareness. The non-dual awareness, that's the beginning there. But then you have to go into that tunnel of darkness. Pierce that tunnel of darkness with patience over a period of time. Intensely. And as you traverse into that darkness there, because it's unknown territory, there's unknown territory there. Nothing is known there. But as you venture into it and proceed on, you will get to the source. At the end of the light, at the end of the tunnel, the light is there. And that is that consciousness which it is talking of. So in order to get to this divine consciousness, you have to get to this non-dual state in the beginning and enter into the tunnel of darkness. That's the beginning point. So this is the practice which has to be gone through and practiced by every earnest spiritual seeker who aspires to get to this state. Who aspires to this state. So with all use of your will, of your powerful will, you have to now get into this state, non-dual awareness. So therefore this non-dual awareness has to be practiced and maintained. Has to be maintained until you become comfortable with it. You have to become. It has to become natural to your nature. Because now the awareness that you have is the awareness of duality. The duality is there. This awareness is there. This is your... Now you have to replace this awareness of duality with a non-dual awareness. So in this non-dual awareness, you are not important. You are not significant. No other things around you which you see and perceive are important and significant. You just see them. You just experience them. Just interact with them. But all through, this non-dual awareness is being strongly maintained by you. Strongly and firmly maintained. With all focused attention. With all attention. So therefore, it is this Prajnanam Brahma, that Brahman is consciousness. And this consciousness is non-dual. And by the practice of this non-dual awareness, you will be led to the original consciousness which is your true nature, which is here, which is there, which is everywhere, and at the same time which is nowhere. When I use the word nowhere, means it's nowhere in space, because it transcends space, it transcends time, and it is eternal. Because it transcends time, it is eternal. Since it transcends space, it is everywhere. And it is, at the same time, it is nowhere. But consciousness is there. So consciousness is your nature, is your true being. Om Tat Sat.